to pick and ban phase. Dark Passage over on the blue side this time, while Saigon Jokers are over on the red side, and a Misfortune ban is the first off the table.
No big surprise there. We've already seen it taken away once from Celebrity, and I imagine we'll see it taken away for most of the series too. Didn't look super comfortable on that Ezreal last game. Didn't have a great game on it, to be honest. So trying to make him uncomfortable seems to be the plan that they're going for here in terms of trying to ban him out, leave the bot lane weak, and then try and focus on the mid, top lane, and of course the jungle. Because Yijin, he had a pretty good game on the Nidalee, let's not take it away from him. Just ended up kind of getting himself crushed out. Sorry, other way around, the Lee Sin he was on. It was the Nidalee that put a lot of pressure onto him, and eventually did beat him out.
Yeah, absolute destructive performance from him last game. Both the junglers just really tooth and nail with their ADCs getting as strong as they did. It really was down to just one little pick just that caused the game to just tip in to Dark Passage's favour. Now the Jhin is going to get taken off the table, as well as the Syndra, and a Jace and an Olaf ban coming through as well.
Now, Olaf, we've seen him a couple of times this tournament. He's been really impactful when he does get through because he upsets a frontline balance. You try and pick like a Poppy or a Braum or something like that to sit at the front line and block away anyone trying to get onto your carries. Well, Olaf completely destroys all of that. And Jay, Syndra, what more do we need to say? We've seen them banned away constantly here. And clearly, DP felt that the Jace was enough of a pain that it had to go, so that's now gone as well. Zac being banned away from Q, not surprised to see that. I did kind of expect that they'd ban away the Nidalee if they saw that he had a really good game, but alas, didn't happen in the end. But they are going to pick up that Nidalee here for Q once again, seeing how he can get away with it this time.
Well, I look forward to that. The Nidalee players have been so dominant this last couple of days, and having that on the field and in the hands of Q as well, it's going to be pretty disgusting. He did manage so well to keep Yijin under control in that early game. I'm going to see if he can pull out again. And I can imagine Yijin, is he going to go back into the Lee Sin? That's the question.
I don't know, like, he was pretty good with it last game and had some really good scraps early game. It was only 2 or 3 mistakes that really set him apart. Early game he was like 2-0, 3-0 I think he got to at one stage as well. Really put on a good carry style performance. But is it what this team needs right now for this game? It's great being able to make plays early, but if you can't snowball them into a lead with the macro game, you find yourself in a lot of trouble, which is basically the summary of what happened last game there, I think. Saigon Jokers got ahead, just didn't know or didn't seem to be able to extend that lead to getting towers, to getting dragons, getting barons, all the rest of it. Just looks a little bit messy.
It did, and with the Caitlyn and Karma lock in, we're going to see almost a reverse, well, a role swap there, as Holy Phoenix will not be able to have that one. They say, I don't know, I think they saw it as a bit too much of a powerhouse in Dark Passage's arsenal, and even in Holy Phoenix's arsenal, even, which I was going to say. And just taking that one away just might result in them claiming the victory in the bottom lane, because that is a very oppressive lane. But it will be the Ashe and Zyra lane, something we've been talking about a little bit throughout the day.
This is going to get super exciting now. See, the reason Misfortune came up as a support pick was because of this lane. The level 6 comes through, Ashe stuns someone, Misfortune knocks someone up, gets the root... Sorry, Misfortune?
Zyra, close enough.
Zyra gets the knock up as well, gets the root afterwards. You've got about 4 or 5 seconds of not being able to move as an AD carry, and that is more than enough time to get brought down by the enemy AD carry, on top of all the damage that flows through from the auto attacks and other abilities that are around you. So in this case, they pick the Karma, they've got the Caitlyn. Chances are they won't force that Karma to go and play somewhere else. They'll want to take something a bit stronger. So that's the bot lane picked out there, which is why it was safe to take Ashe Zyra. That's why it's been picked up. And now I'm pretty sure Celebrity and Ron OP are thinking, well, we need to win this lane out here, and we need to make sure we do it quickly, because this is going to get really difficult for us post level 6.
Yeah, and that is, you are seeing it right, a Kha'Zix lock-in for Yijin. He is really going full solo queue with this pick, man, the Kha'Zix. This can go one of two ways. He can either get really far ahead and start one-shotting people, because that is a lot of squishy members already locked in for Dark Passage, or it can go the complete opposite, and he's just going to be completely... Well, he's going to be zoned out from the entire team, because with the Zyra as well, he's going to have a tough time engaging. Now, the Cassiopeia is going to be the lock-in as well for Warzone in the mid lane, and I want to see what they want to pick up now, because Cassiopeia can be such a pain to deal with.
Yeah, Cassiopeia Kha'Zix is a really nice combo, because with the Cassiopeia being able to ground people, they can't get away easy. Here you can catch out, you know, the Nidalee can get caught up in it, the Echo can get caught up in it, and Kar can just tear people apart. But like you say, it relies on Yijin getting ahead, at least in the early game, and holding on to that lead. It's a bit of a strange one. I'm pretty sure DP are probably scratching their heads thinking this is a bit different or a bit new. You know, you don't really see Kazakhs in competitive play at the minute, so maybe there's something kind of sneaky coming up the sleeves here from the Saigon Jokers. They are playing their trump card, as it were, and this is their kind of power pocket pick.
Power pocket pick?
No way.
No way. Not going to be.
Oriana Echo. I like those picks too.
Oriana Echo, yeah, they are good too. Oriana is
look, I'm just going to say as well,
nice.
look at their composition they've got. It's okay, there's a lot of AP there, but the team fight potential for this team is absolutely insane. They've got so much like combinations they can drop down there. They've got the Oriana ult on top of the Zyra ult. They've got the Nidalee who can switch in from the back and bring someone down. Echo, who if he can get some good damage down too, can do a lot with that. Ashe with the ultimate. Their team fights are really, really scary, and I think here, actually, for the Saigon Jokers, it's all about brute forcing through that composition. They want to get the Maokai in, lock down the Ashe, hopefully have the Kazakhs follow in without getting blown up, and just destroy any of the squishy targets who are doing a lot of damage. I'd expect Baxi to go quite tanky here, because the team needs a tank. They just do not have one at all, and they'll find themselves getting ruined by this Maokai if they don't build anything.
If they're not careful, he might just end up going off. I mean, we saw what happened last time. We saw a Maokai. Just absolute destruction, because you just get so tanky, and then you say pretty much goodbye to your early carry because he cannot do anything, and then is rooted for pretty much eternity, and you're not going to be able to get the Maokai off. Such a sticky target, be able to disengage from. Jin though on this Kazakhs up against Ku's Nidalee. Now it's something that we didn't expect to come and see. But hey, it's going to be really good. And remember, these teams really do rely on a lot of jungle pressure in the early game in order to snowball their lanes. And I can imagine this Kazakhs is probably going to hang near the bottom side quite often.
Yeah. This is quite interesting in terms of picks. I like it. I think mixing things up a bit like the Kazakhs pick is a bit risky. But equally, when you're in this kind of position, you want to mix things up. So fingers crossed, eh?
Fingers crossed. Best of 2. Best of 3 even. Dark Passage facing off against Saigon Jokers once again. This is game number 2 with Dark Passage already in the lead. They are a game up already, so if they take this one, they take it home, then it's going to be big news for them as they guarantee themselves a spot at the next IEM.
I mean, I guess what's nice for both teams here, I mean, it's been the same all day anyway, so whatever, but for whoever loses this one gets auto-seeded into the losers final tomorrow afternoon. So it's not the end of the world if they lose here. They haven't got to go through another grueling 2 best of 3s before they might find out if they go. Literally, this game or the next game is the chance for them to qualify. All they have to do is win one of the 2 best of 3 series. And given how well both of these teams outclassed their opponents this morning, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up 2-0ing tomorrow as well and getting through to IEM Gyeonggi anyway. So whoever loses here, they have the chance of vengeance when they get over to IEM Gyeonggi later on in a few weeks.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, here we go.
Whoa, Ku is already getting just jumped on there by the Maokai and Warzone. He's taking a lot of damage. Same with Celebrity, actually. He's taking a fair bit, but the flash already from Ku coming out could be fairly disastrous. Nearly fairly mobile anyway. But, you know, having a summon spell down that early and blowing it for almost nothing there is really, really does spell disaster for him.
Well, at least he didn't die. So for DP here, they want to try and keep themselves as relevant as they can for most of the game. Rather than falling behind like last game and having to rely on a good team fight, you know, this is what we need to hope for and kind of rely on becoming through big for them here, is that they don't fall behind. They keep the goal relatively even and do find themselves a good way to fight through when it comes down to the mid-game. Playing from behind last time, they were lucky, I think, that they had the Caitlyn. This time round, they don't have that pleasure, or that luxury, I should say. It's going to be Celebrity playing the Caitlyn instead.
Exactly that. With a different skin as well. Headhunter skin. I like that one. Cool looking one. Warzone is in the mid lane on the Cassiopeia. Will mean it's going to be a little bit of a tough matchup, I think, coming up against this Oriana. Oriana, very, very good at zoning people off, but I'll tell you who is good at zoning? The Karma. That is such a power pick, and it's been such a power pick this whole weekend.
It has, yeah. You've seen it pretty much every single game. Never really banned away, but always picked. It's too much utility on one champion to not pick it up, I think. And so I guess it was quite a smart decision overall in the end.
Exactly. Well, the early game does ensue. I love the early game. Very slow. Methodical, you could say.
Methodical's probably a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Celebrity and Holy Phoenix just trading a little bit of damage backwards and forwards, but the speed ups and shields from Karma are definitely going to help in this matchup. Like you said, the Zyra can go really aggressive, and damage from her early game is not something to be messed with.
Oh, absolutely not. No, especially when the combos come in at like level 6, that's when things start getting really scary as well.
Tell you who is scary in the jungle? Kazakhs. That is terrifying when that's ahead.
Oh yeah.
Something you don't want to see in your solo queue games, or just in this game.
Wait and see if he does start getting ahead, of course. I mean, they're so reliant on Yijin being relevant here, I think. That's the issue. If he falls behind... I guess actually Nidalee and Kha'Zix both fall into the same camp there. They both need to remain relevant to actually have anything to do in the game. If they fall behind by 1 or 2 kills, you know, it's really hard to pull yourself back into the game because you rely so much on getting ahead of people, assassinating them 100-0. That's what these champions are all about. And if you can't do that, well, you may as well have picked a different jungler in that case. Taking a tank and actually been some use to the team.
Very true. Yijin is going towards the top side. Looks like he's just going to bait a recall. He was actually spotted out with a clever ward planted down by Faxi there. Now, Ku is off to the side. He's maybe looking for a little bit of a dive here. Celebrity is pushed up into his tower, but yeah, they are aware. And she's just going to counter jungle. This is probably what we're going to see most of the game, to be honest. Just her just taking as much...
oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That is going to be a flash already from Ron OP. He's going to find Q. Q's actually just going to wander towards the tower there. Celebrity also on the other side of the wall. Q comes through. This is first blood.
That is so bad
that is
from
first
Q.
blood going over to Ron OP. Terrible.
And a double buff as well.
Not good at all.
That was such a bad mistake. Like, okay, I get trying to take it away, but running through the enemy jungle when you don't know where Kha'Zix is for a start, why?
Holy Phoenix as well, blowing the heal. Here comes Yijin. Exhaust down to Holy Phoenix. He's just going to jump in, pick up the kill as well. Dark Passage not having a good early game, and double headshot trap as well from Celebrity to follow that one up as well. Beautiful. And Yijin on this Kazakhs. He's looking for prey. Who is going to be here though? Spear does miss. They know he's around. He's going to be a little bit careful. Does jump in anyway. He's going to take a lot of the damage there. He doesn't have Karma to back him up. Now she just wraps around there to get the shield on him. That was a bit aggressive from him. He's got to be a little bit careful.
That was a crazy first kind of little scrap going on down there. I didn't get the jump from Yijin. That was really risky. But of course did pay off in the end, getting up that kill. Going to be good for him in terms of getting in ahead. And it's always bad for Ku when he starts getting put behind here too.
Another little rhyme. You're full of them today, even if you don't mean them. I'm just going to assume you do mean them all the time. I'm
afraid I don't half the time. Probably half the time I do. Half the time I don't.
Well, it's still pretty impressive. Either way.
Thanks, man.
It's alright. What co-casters are here for, man?
Orianna already out of the mana here in the mid lane. In fact, both mid lane is relatively low. Neither is back yet, but look at the CS differential as well. You can already see Warzone taking a 13 CS lead over Imataru here. He's really struggling in this lane. Same could be said for top lane, to be fair. 41-30 is the same kind of story. In bot lane, Holy Phoenix, interestingly, is putting out pressure there over a wave ahead. But then, of course, that early kind of first blood going across to the Karma and the 2 assists currently set on the Caitlyn does even that out.
Yeah, and being that CS lead as well in the mid lane, it's going to be quite a bit of an issue from Immortal. He can zone the Cassiopeia out, but the trade damage is all but too apparent coming out from Cassiopeia in the early game. Ro's going to look to put a ward down. He's going to be fairly safe in this top lane. He's going to be so tanky. He's already got the Spectre's Cowl as well, up against an Echo and a Nidalee. Is there any point of him coming up as well? And the Orianna, yeah. He's just going to... And Zyra, I suppose. So 4 AP damage dealers coming out from Dark Passage. Something we didn't actually mention. We probably should have done.
That's the one thing you'll probably see. In fact, the one thing you'll see right now is Ku come in to try and get a lane gank off.
They did spot him on the ward. There is a ward in the tri-bush. So they know he's there. Still Yijin. He's ahead as well. And having the Tiamat is going to be pretty big for him because he's going to be able to clear these camps so fast now.
You have to kind of think about the farm-wise though. He's currently about 10 down. Nidalee actually going back here. Got the boots already too. See, boots always just being picked up super quick by junglers like this. Bit of a top lane scrap.
Yeah, Fixal going a little bit low. Ro is there as well. Of course he is. That's his lane. But again, CSC's across the board really from Saigon Jokers. Apart from obviously in the jungle.
Yeah, it's looking really good for them. I'm curious as to why, Echo's gone for the Dark Seal here as well. It does increase the healing. It kind of relies on you getting ahead to be overly useful though. And right now, Yeah, I don't think he's going to get ahead too far. Ku's come up for a roam potentially.
They just
Trying to
trying
trying to gank a Maokai here is going to be so hard. Like I imagine what you'll see him do is build one armor item, dive on the Ash, try and kill Holy Phoenix every single fight, and other than that, just worry about tanking up all this magic damage. Because like you said, there's so much of it in this game that I don't think there's that much point in going AD, to be honest with you. So I go in armor to counter the AD, unless the Echo goes for, you know, okay, he won't do much physical damage. He'll go Trinity Force. He might still get himself some AD damage off, but not enough that it's going to upset the Maokai, because he'll have the passive as well to heal him up 9% on every few spellcasts that happen around him. And there's an Echo who likes to use a lot of spellcasts with the constant phase dives, trying to get into the backline. He'll be fine in team fights.
Yeah, he's going to be more than healthy. That's the annoying thing about laning against a Maokai. Just always seems to be topped off in terms of his HP bar. It does look like both junglers are going to take away each other's red buffs. The pressure is all too apparent in the top and mid lane right now. Jin, look how strong this guy is, though. He has got the Tiamat, and Ku, it's a wonder if he can actually just survive against this. And it's a wonder they haven't even bumped into each other. Kazakh's level 7 as well. Same with Ku. And they're not looking good at all at the moment. I mean, 2 kills down. This is what happened in the early game, though. I do say that. Dark Passage did manage to turn it around.
Indeed. Still only 2 kills on the board. 9 minutes in. Not much. Leap away there.
See you later.
Oh, wow. Got flashing over for us. This is big.
They really want this, actually. He has got flash available, so he does flash away and use his ultimate as well for the invisibility and speed boost. And the spear landing as well on the dragon to get aggro on it. But no, he's just going to get out of there. That's actually a flash down for the support of Dark Passage. And the question is, how much is that going to affect her in the lane? Because with both summoners down, he's going to be just a sitting duck for these ganks.
Oh yeah, speaking of ganks now, how does Warzone do?
Warzone just used the ultimate. No, just gets the slow on a Mortaru. As going to have to use the Ghost Away Spear. Does land. Nice flash away there after the pounce connects. Ku is going to chase though. That spear is dodged as well. Going to get out there pretty safely. Ro takes a little bit of damage well, but he's going to shrug it off. He is a Maokai. He's pretty tanky at this point, even this early into the game.
As much. Oh wow, the flash!
Wow, that actually connects as well. Twisting Advance going straight through onto Ku. Unfortunately, Yijan could not follow that up, and Ku is just going to scuttle away to his own jungle.
I think a little bit forced there, taking that flash down. He had no mana either to continue the follow-up, which was probably something he should have addressed before he went in like that. I mean, gold leads now as well, sat about 1.5k. Pretty much the same as what we saw last game. You know, DP were behind about this much, around about 10 to about 13 minutes in the game, I think it was. So it's kind of more of the same, but they haven't, you know, started bleeding profusely in terms of kills here. So it's not looking too bad. They need to make sure, like I said earlier on, they keep themselves relevant.
Yeah, making sure that Ash can scale up is going to be extremely important. Because we saw what happens when Holy Phoenix does end up getting his items. He does position so well in these team fights. And getting the engages with the Enchanting Crystal Arrow as well is going to be so important. The CC chain from Dark Passage is going to be quite terrifying.
Absolutely, always worried about those team fights and the implication it can have. So many skills they can use in combination in a team fight that's going to hopefully give them an avenue into this game. They do need to catch out Celebrity nice and early on. And in fact, his build path slaying slightly from what we saw Holy Phoenix going. Hasn't gone for the BS sword. Just going to go grab the Zeal first as well. Look to go in towards the Runar's Hurricane. Pretty much always a guaranteed first buy on a Caitlyn once she's got at least a little bit of damage, usually through a BS sword.
Yeah, she's only got the Zeal at the moment and a pickaxe, so not the best combination of items. Ku is down in this bottom side. However, Celebrity is literally just standing behind his tower. He knows the wave's going to come to him anyway. There's no point in putting yourself too much at risk. Especially as the Zyra is at level 6 now. Rogu has got the ultimate primed and ready. The Exhaust is coming up in a moment as well. So they may look for something here. But Ku obviously hasn't shown himself. So just a lot of pressure down on this bottom side. Jin is going to wander towards the bottom side. It'll be interesting to see what he tries to go for here. It is all warded out.
Got to go now and got to go fast. He's walking over a ward.
And Enchanting Crystal Arrow does come through. It actually does hit. But you might be just a little bit too late. Yeah, he does use the invisibility for the speed boost. To be able to get out of there real quick. Yeah, he's got speedy shoes on. He has got swiftness boots, in fact.
Interesting. Wanted to try and make sure he can always stay out of range of people. I guess you need to run away from like the Karma. TP coming in now.
They're going to coming in now. Zara does use the ultimate for the zoning as well. The TP is going to come down from the top side. Ro is here as well. Ron OP goes really low. Now they're just focusing. They're focusing trying to get on these carries, but they're all in the mix. Now Ro is going super low, just not tanky enough at this point. And Yijin just stood on the sidelines, just couldn't make a good engage. And now they're just flashing forward. Lee Jin going really low, gets healed up by Celebrity. Celebrity again just zoned out that fight. Even Ron OP just went so low at the beginning, had to disengage.
A little bit crazy there, and like you say, not really tanky enough on Ro right now. He's just finished off the Spirit Visage, and I know I said you don't really need much armor because you've only got to deal with the Ash. You still need some to be able to face off against her as she starts to scale up here. She's only got the Berserker Screw, she's only got a pickaxe. Yeah, I think it was just silly of him to try and go so deep in that fight when he knew his team weren't able to follow up with him.
Yeah, that's the second time he's actually done that. Obviously, he did flash twisting advance earlier, but maybe the communication just not fully there at the moment.
To look into and work on for the next time a crucial fight like that does roll around. Looks like now it's going to be Yijin going towards getting that warrior enchant sooner rather than later. Mid lane as well, you see this quite a lot from Cassiopeia's where they start building like 3 or 4 items at once. I imagine she'll turn the Fiendish Codex and Abyssal Scepter into an Abyssal Scepter along with the Negatron Cloak rather than going for something like a Rylai's first. Ashok coming out there but just missing.
Ever so close. This guy, this Nidalee, absolutely everywhere. Ku just making sure that they're consistently put under pressure. They're scared for their lives to even recall under their own tower. And this might be the first tower of the game as well, going down in the bottom side. It is split between Holy Phoenix and Ku. So it's going to be a bit of gold for each of them. And Jijin is just going to steal away his blue buff.
Baxi being the bearer of bad news there, revealing the vision showing it had been taken away by Yijin. Hasn't really done much else since that first initial kill. He did go on, of course, and good pickup, but since then hasn't done much overall. In fact, neither team has. It's still only 3 kills 15 minutes in. Talk about a slow game overall.
Yeah, slow one at that. There's normally a lot more destruction, only because Yijin and Ku just go so aggressive, but they haven't been able to make any picks work. Speaking of picks, though, Mortaru is going to use the shockwave. Nice shockwave onto 2 people. Here comes Zyra, though. Damage actually just completely turned around, but Yijin is still alive. Cassiopeia just flashes in, gets the petrifying gaze off, and that's actually a turnaround for them there. Only trading 1 for 2.
Wow, Immature and Rogu going down there. Still not perfect because they did, of course, lose Ron in the process, but they'll be happy with that turnaround, bringing down the match mirror support and then Imatoru in the mid lane. It does mean Warzone can keep on farming and pushing up here as well. He's looking pretty good now. He's got that hold of that Abyssal Scepter too.
Yeah, he's pretty strong, man. He's got a lot of damage. I mean, there's a lot of base damage on Cassiopeia anyway. So they've got to be careful of that. Warzone and Celebrity just trying to siege down this mid tower now, but they're just going to back off. They ran out of minions. No top. Their top lanes haven't actually swapped to the bottom lane. I'm actually quite surprised as the tower Tier 1 is down on the side of Saigon Jokers, who again looking for a roam in this top side.
I think it's purely because Faxi here has got the wave pushed in. You look in bottom lane too, and it's pushing actually in towards the red side as well. So both lanes pushing in their favour so far. Does mean they're going to have to give up the Drake here as they've committed so much top lane already, but they might try and go for a dive. There are 4 members up there.
There is a dive as well. Yeah, there is. And the ultimate from Echo is actually going to send Ro back to where he belongs, back to the bushes. And Ro's going to go down. That's going to be 2 deaths on him already. He's not having a good time in the top lane. And we said this guy is into a 4-man AP lineup. But he is just not able to make it work at the moment on this Maokai.
The tower being popped down the mid lane too. Equally, Holy Phoenix top lane is going to trade this one out for DP. Nice, he can now rotate mid lane and go and try and force one down. Actually, it's like towers all over the map now going down, which is kind of different. Last game we didn't see many falling very early on. It was just later on in those big fights when half the team, well, more than half the team died and they just started pushing through pretty quickly. Look, they just go for a bit of a base race here, actually.
Yeah. No recalls actually coming out for Saigon Jokers. Ro is going to arrive. He does get locked up, though. They could just take this tower and walk away. Yeah, they're going to be able to do it. Ro can't defend that at all. Not with this Maokai build at this current time. He's just not nearly as tanky enough. And that's going to be another tower down in the top side. So Dark Passage with the firm rotations just solidifying the lead.
Faxi's finished off the Trinity Force as well. Hasn't gone tanky just yet. But they do want to try and trade back this mid lane tower if they can. The only issue there is a very scary snake lady defending it, and you don't want to try and push onto her when she's got hold of that ultimate too. This is where you might start seeing the first kind of team fights coming out there, where teams want to start pushing down those first layer of outer towers. There's one in the top lane still for DP. There's the mid lane one still standing for Saigon Jokers, and the ones that probably need to come down sometime soon.
You aren't wrong. And there you go. The top lane has finally switched. I thought they would in the end. They really need pressure on this top side, but there goes the Rift Tower buff yet again. Saigon Jokers really like taking this. Wow, Zyra actually popped here. Holy Phoenix is going to get exhausted. Ace in the hole does land, but Ku's in for the collapse here. Crystal Arrow onto Ron OP. He gets stunned up, but it's not going to matter. Here comes Yi Jin. Double kill for him. Gets the reset on the jump as well to make a nice clean sweep. But Ku from downtown takes out Celebrity. I did not see that coming. That spear on max range just does so much. Ro is in a little bit of trouble now in a 1v2 situation. Decides to head back towards his team. Look how long he is surviving. Oh, he finally goes down. Faxi picks him up. And now it is Warzone. He is trapped between two people here. Ku goes down. That's going to be a trade, in fact. And Faxi is now on top of Warzone. Petrifying Gaze comes out. Does not stun anybody up. And Amortu is there to pick up the kill. That is a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Dark Passage. It all looked like it went wrong for them there for a second.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. DP bringing themselves back into it now. They are just over 1,000 gold ahead.
4 for 3. Sorry. They respawned. It was that the fight lasted that long.
It was a pretty long fight and drawn out. Really good fight overall actually for both. Oh my days. That was a big mistake there by Ross.
Okay.
Not sure why he was that low there.
Yeah, I don't really know, mate.
Didn't even need the Orianna roll. That was the silliest part.
Oh yeah, Orianna's got a little bit of damage on her now. Got the pen boots plus the Morellinacon. She's you could say she's pretty strong, mate. Void Staff being picked up here for her second item as well. Wow, she really wants to kill that Maokai.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably aware that Maokai will be going mostly magic resist, as he has done so far. He's got the Spirit Visage. He's got hold of the Mert Treads as well. Probably going to go Sunfire next, and then we'll go back to something like a Banshee's Veil. Maybe even an Abyssal if he feels particularly risky, although I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe even something like a Z-Rock portal actually could be interesting to build here. Oh, wow.
Give him the... Whoa, that's a good
run, Rogu, run.
From Jin. He's going to actually just flash over the Zyra ultimate, but he gets stunned up by Holy Phoenix. Jin, he is very, very strong, but he just takes these risks that are possibly not necessary.
Yeah, it's a little bit too risky.
Yeah. Damn, I mean, this guy looks like he's playing... Like, he's a youth player as well. You've got to remember this. He is very young, so maybe just a bit of solo queue coming out from him. His mentality maybe not there, and thinking he can 1v2, just not going for it, though. Not being able to survive it, even.
Well, mid lane tower's almost down too, so they can keep pushing onto that and take it down soon. They've got Faxi splitting down bottom now. He's got that Trinity Force. He's also got hold of the Cowl. So, gonna have quite an easy time pushing in against Ro here, I think. Shouldn't be too bothersome for him. I do like that the Void Staff has come out here for that reason that we mentioned earlier about being able to fight the Maokai. At least you can do some damage to him this way. And, you know, you're not worried too much about him just tanking through absolutely everything and carrying on. Yi Jin versus Faxi here.
Yeah, Faxi is going really low. Like you said, almost no tank stats on him. No armor, at least. He does manage to get away. Didn't even need to blow Flash, actually. He just uses the face dive to get out of there. And Yi Jin just hunting for blood at this point. Every single fight he seems to want, he seems to just take it.
Ghostblade coming out soon on the Kha'Zix as well. Probably going for more like the kind of pen style thing that we saw from Jace last game. Yeah. More just trying to breach through that small amount of armor that's being picked up. It's really effective. One, when the enemy has no armor, or two, when they have a low amount. So if you're looking at...
Oh.
Bye, Rogu.
See you later, mate. Again, just returns to a plant.
Observer missing?
Observer is missing. MIA. Observer. Yi Jin, to be fair though, Yi Jin probably just one-shot her and just leapt away. Like, yeah. He is pretty fed, and Zyra pretty squishy.
Putting up now as well, what I want to do for the objectives, to be fair, this is top lane tower still standing 2 for Saigon Jokers to take down, but they are currently sat at about 2,500 gold behind. DP playing well, Yi Jin potentially the one to carry them through the mid game and get into the late game stage. Oh wow.
Yeah, flash so away scary. There. Yeah, it really is having that Kha'Zix jump on you, not a place where you want to be. Celebrity is going to start up that Mountain Drake. Jin is going to join them. That's going to be. It looks like it's going to be taken away unless Ku can get a nice miracle spear. It doesn't happen. Actually, just hits a spear onto Ron OP. They're going to disengage, however. That's going to be 2 dragons, both of them mounted, going over to Saigon Jokers there. This is really, really good for their late game.
It is, but it's about getting to that late game without this Kha'Zix absolutely destroying you. That's probably one of the more important parts. Echo, Faxi that is, sorry, actually starting to go something tanky now as well. Knows that he needs to be the front line in these fights. Knows he's going to have to face off against a very tanky Maokai who has now finished the Sunfire too. Probably going to go back to building a lot of magic resist now. Like I say, just to deal with this quadruple AP team.
Maybe I want to see ZZ Rock. Said it. I want to see it now. I mean, it's realistically, it couldn't be that much of a bad item. You can distract one of the members of Dark Passage and make them, you know, put resources somewhere on the map they don't necessarily want to be. And it just makes him more tanky as well. Just gives him a bit of movement speed. I don't think it's a bad item at all.
Oh no. I like building it in solo queue. Now, that's kind of what everyone was saying in solo queue. Like, yeah, I like building this item that no one else plays in competitive.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good. It does really help with this kind of stuff. Jump in.
Oh, Warzone. Nice flash.
Will keep himself alive, as it were. For now.
Yeah,
the flash is important. That flash ghost actually going down there as well. Doesn't have ult, doesn't have flash, doesn't have ghost. That makes this next fight potentially very interesting.
Yeah, a lot burned. And China Chrysler has been burned as well. Faxi actually is going to take this this bottom tier 2 tower. Doesn't mean Ro was left in the top side as well. Tier 1 up in the top lane, gone for Dark Passage. But he's going to be able to trade this up. A better trade, definitely. Trading tower for tower there. I mean, just Saigon Jokers just on the back foot here in terms of towers. They are 4K gold lead behind as well. Ro looking for the engage on Rogu. He's going to go almost instantly down. Manages to get out of the fight. Yijin is on the side here. Goes onto the back line. Gets one. Leaps away. Goes down instantly. And now Faxi is on top of this Cassiopeia. Does use the ultimate to get back in there. Celebrity was left completely alone, however, to do the damage that he needed to do. And the Dark Passage are going to back off now, but Saigon Jokers look like they want to fight this. Faxi is trying to play a little bit more defensively. Now I'm going to just back away.
They are indeed going to have to leave that one out. I think they'll be happy with that. Obviously taking a very small victories here. We're putting it to 10-9 in terms of kill score, but it's still only 1 pick off there in what was otherwise a very, very scrappy trade. Yeah, both teams are actually hanging around quite a while in these fights. It's not so much like either team are all incredibly tanky, but survivability is looking good. Juggling the aggro between them works nicely. Top lane is both starting to look incredibly tanky right now, and Negatron Cloak coming out onto Ro here. I imagine that probably will be a Z-Rock coming through soon.
I knew it would be. I knew he wouldn't let me down. Unless it's a... I suppose off Negatron. You could have an Abyssal Scepter if he really wants to go full damage.
I did think that, but I think at this point, no. You want even more resistance more than anything else.
Yeah, ZZ Roll wouldn't be a bad choice. So maybe he heard us over the stream. Maybe he's watching the stream at the same time. You never know. Oh,
wow.
Yijin going really low. This guy is just being up in everybody's faces all the time, and he's getting punished for it. He is 6-3 though. He's got the majority of the team's kills, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's an ultimate down onto Ku though. Ku goes really low, just falls to the poison in fact. And now Faxi is in a lot of trouble as well. Chilling smite down onto him. Nice arrow. But that's going to be Mikhail's uses from Ron OP as well, just to get him out of that heal quite big as well at this point. Beautiful pick up on to Ku. That doesn't leave them in a 4v5 situation. Baron is on the table. I'm not sure they're going to go for it though.
Not right now, no. I don't think you can really afford to. It's only Nidley that's down. You still have a massive Wombo waiting for you. Yijin!
This is what we talked about.
Deary me. That's the kind of stuff that makes mistakes. And I was saying that, you know, in the first game, I was saying he doesn't make many mistakes. He's pretty good. He only made 2 in the last game. This game now, he's made 3 or 4, and it's looking rough. He needs... You've got a lead, hold on to it. Don't try and sacrifice it by doing silly things like that.
You're just giving them a lead that they don't necessarily want to give over. Warzone is on really low HP as well. You didn't need to go after that wall, and it just does leave this Baron open for Dark Passage. They're all going to wander around it. There is warded out by Saigon Jokers, and yet they're just going to start it up here. No teleport from the Maokai either. Oh, he's right there as well, so I suppose that's all right.
Well, this is where there goes with the wombo combo. They're free to try and do this. They have a jungler. If they get this stolen away, this will be so sad. But they do get it away. That's going to be Baron taking for DP. And I came into this series thinking, you know, Saigon Jokers looked a little bit stronger. I imagine they'll be the ones to take this away. It's completely the other way around right now. DP the ones in full control with a 4k gold, 5k gold lead.
Ever extending now with that Baron buff. What can they necessarily do with that? They've got nice pushing lanes. You've got Echo. You can use the teleport as well to get another lane. It is down though now, and he can just sit in a side wave, push it out, which just make sure he gets pressure down, and just find these picks that they wanted to get with the Ash Arrow. And then, well, speaking of picks, Warzone is going to get trapped up here. Nice pick
Rogu
onto Rogu. Rogu just goes down. The poison usage there coming out from Warzone, just making sure he falls. He is so weak, but Kha'Zix is on the back.
Oh my god.
One shot. Immortu, he actually takes one out. Would he be able to get the second kill? No, the ultimate actually whiffed from Immortu.
Sombrero.
Sombrero, that's it. There it is, man. We saw one finally.
Yeah, it's that time.
He's in the front line now, though. Nice block of the ace in the hole coming through, but Rogue going super low. GA, in fact, is going to be the item for him, so he's going to go down and going to be able to respawn. Now, Celebrity's in a little bit of trouble. Faxi is in the front line, just trying to kite away. Nice twisted advance on a minion, but he will go down eventually. Ku taking that one. Celebrity's got to be really careful now. Nice.
Oh my god.
But he's going to ult out, but no, Kha'Zix goes down in the meantime.
That was beautiful.
Immortu just on the sidelines, just completely ignored, and Eugene goes down. This is going to be a tower here for Dark Passage.
That was incredible coming there out of Faxi. The way he went in there and did it out the back, killed him, back straight out again. Okay, didn't get the killing in, it was Immortu, but just really smart play. You thought for sure he'd get picked off when he was sat between a Caitlyn and a Kha'Zix, but no, does walk away with the kill. And that's 4 kills there onto the Saigon Jokers. And actually, it was only the 1 kill that I think got returned back onto the 4 for 1 and a tower. DP are really starting to pull ahead now, 6k in the lead.
6,000 gold and ever extending. We talked about it a minute ago. It was 2,000 in the favour of Saigon Jokers. Now it's 6,000 gold. So it's an 8k gold swing from those few kills. And Wargame just walked into a death trap and he's dead.
Oh, wow.
Rogu gets his revenge.
Why?
No ward. Look at the vision control from Dark Passage.
I'm worried here as to how on earth Saigon have kind of fell this far from grace. They had such a good first couple of games today, and last game they were ahead for the most of it, but now they're just letting it slip, and you know DP are taking full advantage of that. Even Yijin isn't looking.
Oh, downtown arrow! The stun coming out is lasting forever.
Oh my god!
Spear just missing. Man, I clenched the sides of my chair as well when that happened. I thought I was bound to hit him. Holy Phoenix, look at this guy. So I told you, every time this guy gets an early lead, he ends up popping off, and you look at him now. He's in this late game stage with the Ashe. This guy cannot be stopped. That's an inhibitor down for Saigon Jokers. Faxi has found 2 of them, uses the ult to get back, just trying to take this inhibitor down with him. He is going to finally fall to Row. But Dark Passage, they've done what they needed to do and taken that top inhibitor.
Wow. They're definitely getting there. Like I said, they lost Faxi, but they got the key objective, which was the inhibitor. 3-1-5. That's his first death of this game too. TV from behind here, coming from the Maokai.
Oh, Ro might be able to make something of it here, but no, instantly bound up by Rug there. Rogu even.
Wow, the ult.
Coming through. Yijin has now found Ku. Holy Phoenix and Ku, they're the only 2 members on this side of the jungle. Holy Phoenix, look at the damage though coming out. Just ulting, flashing backwards, actually goes down to Yijin. Ku in a 1v3 situation. Hasn't got the damage to follow this up, I don't think. Ace in the hole not needed. Double kill coming through for Yijin. Is this what they needed? That's a nice little scrap, but can they get anything up? Can they get anything off this? I don't think they can.
Maybe not, but DP needs to be wary here now. This is only going to get even scarier as Yijin starts pulling ahead further on this Kha'Zix. He's got the Black Cleaver now as well. He's starting to look scary, and they need to be wary of just how much he can do in these fights. And especially if you go off trying to catch someone on by yourself or go off in a pair, chances are he can get rid of you very quickly with the isolation bonuses. So need to make sure they stick together as 5 here and close this game out as a unit. Stop trying to do clever things like going 2v5 or 2v whatever it might be, or trying a smart invade. It'll never work against the Kha'Zix.
It will not. And now Ro is just caught up. He is tanky, but he just gets disintegrated by this Orianna and Ashe. That early Void stuff by really paying dividends for her. Ro's just going to have to back off. They did get the Ocean Drake, so all 3 Drakes were in their possession. But realistically, Dark Passage just need to slowly close this game out.
They do, or not so much slowly as much as it is methodically here. They know that they've got the inhibitor top lane, so group together as 5 in bot lane where there's no tower. Just do a slow approach with the big minion wave, and you should be able to get it off the back of that, assuming nothing goes horribly wrong. But, well, you say that, of course, things can change very, very quickly, and things can go wrong if you get yourself caught out on the end of, I don't know, a flash, twisted advance coming out of Row, an assassination from Jin, the ultimate out of Warzone. There are a lot of things that can still go wrong, but they should have this game in the bag. We'll have to wait and see what happens now that they're 7k in the lead. Baron in a minute and a half. Rogu!
Rogu just gets caught out yet again, trying to put down wards. Ace in the hole is going to come out. It's a lot of damage down on Holy Felix. It will be mitigated though. The heal coming through from Ku. They might want to look for an engage here. Rogue is just desperately trying to get on somebody. Holy Phoenix with the damage. Hasn't got a flash. Nice Orianna ultimate. This could be it. Rogue is just getting disintegrated by Holy Phoenix. He goes down. Traded for Ku though. This guy's mechanics on this Ashe are just absolutely incredible. This guy can kite for absolutely days. And now Jin is on the side.
Faxi.
But meanwhile, Faxi just takes the inhibitor on this backline. He is now in a 1v3 situation though. He's going to get caught up, does flash away, and he's going to get away for it. So realistically, Dark Passage yet again coming out on top.
That was a really nice escape from Faxi there. Yes, he had to burn flash, but he got the inhibitor. 100% worth. And with Baron up in 35 seconds, there's only one inhibitor to go, and then it's the Nexus laid bare. So they need to get the Baron, group as 5 in mid lane, siege down, bring it down, and try and close this game out relatively soon. The longer you leave it, the scarier it's going to get. You're against a Cassiopeia, you're against a Caitlyn, you're against a Maokai, who is one of the strongest late game tanks because of his passive. And then you've got Kha'Zix, who can do absolutely shed tons of damage. They need to be wary and try and close this out reasonably within the next 6 or 7 minutes.
34 minutes on the clock, 6k gold lead in the pockets for Dark Passage. 17 even on kills, but that's not the entire story. And most of those kills are on Jin as well. Guys, we talked about how maybe playing a little bit solo queue-ish, and it's really coming through. He is on the sidelines here. Dark Passage are going to start off the Baron, and they are just going to back off, spotting him out.
Good idea. I think they need to do that. They know that this bot lane's pushing, mind you, so they've only got to hang on here for 20-30 seconds and then do the Baron. There's no way that... I mean, Rose only got TP as well to his testament, but Ku's gone far too low here. Probably needs to leave this alone, go back, and then try again.
Yeah, Rose looking desperately for an engage. He does find one. Ace in the hole does come out, connects with Holy Phoenix.
Scary Ashe.
Yeah, she's very tanky, considering.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of magic resist as well.
What's really key here as well is, like you said, most of the kills for Saigon Jokers are sat currently on the Kha'Zix, whereas on the other side, you know, you're looking at the Ashe who's on 5 kills, the Orianna who's on 4 kills, and okay, the Cassiopeia's on 4, but the AD carry's on 0. 0, 1 and 8 on Celebrity here, and just isn't having the impact his team really needing to have. We said before that, you know, if Holy Phoenix takes off, this will be a really big series for them, and he's done that so far. They just need to see Celebrity step back up, otherwise they will find themselves getting bottomed out into the losers bracket tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that they will. Inhibitor has spawned on the top side, so that means the super minions will stop eventually coming into the base. There is a massive minion wave building up though.
I'm so worried. I'm so worried about Holy Phoenix running top lane here. Faxi, watch out.
He's alright.
I just see Jin, I'm just like, they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it.
He's been sitting in that bush for a long time now. He pop his arm actually there as well to try and look for something, but he's not going to pick up anything. He's not going to find anybody even. Holy Phoenix just farming away in this mid lane. You can see how many resources they put into him as well. He's got a lot of farm here, and they just make sure he is incredibly fed throughout this game. This guy is so good at positioning in these team fights, and there's really been that backline damage that Dark Passage needed.
Yeah, and it's not just that as well. The Dragon's up in about a minute and a half. That is going to be the Elder Drake, which will also be absolutely huge for a team fight. Probably look to get that before you get the Drake so that you have it available for that ensuing fight that does kick off. I mean, in terms of the damage that comes out of these teams, again, there's quite a lot of AoE or a lot of repeated procs that you can get off. And if you keep getting the procs off, you keep getting the true damage burn, it really hurts. But
also
wow,
going really low.
Yeah,
flash over the wall from Ron OP. They're just forcing summoner spells now, walking around as a little group of 4. Really helping them now. Oh my goodness, someone is caught up in the top lane. Jin, they are hunting him now. This catch might be what they need to start this Baron. It looks like he might be able to get out. He is spotted on a ward, however. Being a little greedy to take it. Yeah, he's going to be alright to come out of that one, but that was very close. He needs to be careful.
Want to go for it here, or
Might just do
they're
that.
so
I mean,
unsure all the time.
yeah. I mean,
there's the TP.
Holy Phoenix
Back
is
off, just back off
trying.
here.
Back off. What they might do, Yi Jin is going to come
Dear.
through. Ro's going to flash in, actually. Immortal is going to get stunned up. Ace in the hole comes through as well. He is alone, though, in amongst 4 people. He's going to go really low. In fact, he's actually going to go down. GA has been popped, and the zoning tools from DP, they are just going to be able to take him out completely solo.
Wow.
The communication issues here really shining through for Saigon Jokers. He is just not on the same page, it seems, with the rest of his team.
There's just so much CC and, you know, area control here for DP as well. You've got the Zyra, you've got the Ash Volley, you've got the slows coming out of Faxi 2. It's super scary to deal with, and that's why they just couldn't follow it in. Here comes the ult.
Arrow comes through and hits Yi Jin as well. Ku going really low, managing to back out of that one. But petrifying gaze from Cassiopeia.
Oh!
2-man shockwave. There we go. This could be it. And there we go. Double kill coming through. Immortal picking that one up, and an ace from Holy Phoenix as well.
They can win the game. That's
This
it.
is it. This is the end of the game. Faxi's going to end it for them. They are
Maybe.
on the Nexus towers. They just need to get there. Those massive death timers coming through for Saigon Jokers. 40 seconds apiece. This is going to be it. This is going to be the end of the game. Dark Passage have secured their spot at IEM over in Korea with a decisive 2-0 over Saigon Jokers.
Oh my god, I can't believe they pulled this one away. That's Ro going down as well. The ace comes through.
It's done.
Just